Hello, viewers.
Welcome,
Uh,
Earthlings.
Grebog only gave us a 2 count this time, so I was a little surprised. Welcome to Fleet Action Report, episode 24, Q's Winter Wonderland. I'm Nikodas.
I'm Grebog, and we actually have a special guest. Well, I don't know how special he is. He wasn't a
Oh,
usurper,
he's
possibly.
special.
I mean, now he's like a little rodent creature,
He's Marvin the Martian,
or
and
born gear.
I don't know where he went.
Hello.
He's right beside you. He's right there's a little
Oh, he's
mole
the
rat
little
thing.
creature. Okay, he
I know
talked to Q and got turned into an animal.
he
All right,
he's
I
not
got
much bigger than his normal size.
you. I was looking for the little round-headed alien. All right, I'm sorry. Um, uh, Okay, so now that we've laughed ourselves silly here, let's just start with the guest. Born Gear, what have you been up to this week?
Well, not much. A little bit of gaming here and there, and mostly helping the kids get ready for the holidays.
I think we've all been there.
Wait, there's a
Holiday.
holiday?
Holiday spirit, everybody. Merry Christmas. I suppose we should have started with that. I mean, it is the Christmas episode, so Merry Christmas.
It's Eve of Christmas Eve. So
It is, but we don't have another episode before Christmas. After Christmas.
then we'll be, I don't know. I'd have to look at a calendar to figure out what day that. I go 1 week at a time.
Yeah, I
So,
think we
how
all
is
do at this point.
your week, Nikodas?
Well, I actually the whole thing that threw me off tonight was a family Christmas dinner, so that was something. We had prime rib though; it was good stuff. Um, Not your traditional Christmas food, but good nonetheless. Other than that, it's very much the same thing. Getting ready for the holidays, decorating, um, working, quarantined. I got quarantined from work, so I get back to work from having surgery. And apparently, 4 days later, I get quarantined for having a COVID exposure. I didn't actually get it, thank goodness, and I do go back to work tomorrow, which is why my family didn't mind getting together today. But yeah, so that's been my week. What about you, Grebog?
Uh, some World of Warcraft playing and raiding and stuff. Played some Deep Rock Galactic again with Born Gear and Nikodas. Let's see. Um, I've been trying to get more sleep than what I had been. I mean, something about being tired all the time was kind of, 3 hours of sleep on average is not a good average. It's fine.
Average is not a good average.
It's fine. 3 hours? It's not a good average.
We've got. I know this is going to be a little out of order, but we've got a competitive race starting in 3 minutes. Why don't we go get lined up for that before we go into our talking points here?
And everyone can watch Nikoda steal the banner at the end of the race.
I don't know. I ran this yesterday and got completely trashed, and there was only me and one other person racing. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So there was a big, I don't know what to call it. I was going to say announcement, but
Dev
it
talking
wasn't.
point.
I guess, yeah. There was a podcast, another podcast, and the cryptic devs were on there, and they were talking about some upcoming content they've got. And we don't have all the details, but this was kind of a big announcement. So you wrote it in a backwards order. All right, so I'll just go in order here. They were talking. First of all, they were talking about in the yearly some of the events they run during the course of the year where they give Lobby or a free ship. They may give a lockbox or promo ship as a reward for that sort of event, rather than the free tier 6 or the Lobby. So maybe a third option, or maybe instead of. We're not sure on that.
They specifically were talking about they didn't like how some people who spend tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money can get all of the fancy and cool ships that from lock boxes and stuff like that. Because like you could spend, well, you could technically spend $10, and the first lock box you get open and gives you a ship. Or you could spend, I've heard people bragging about they've opened hundreds or thousands of lock boxes and still didn't get what they wanted.
Well, now whose fault is that? Cryptic.
So Cryptic is going, hey, we understand the frustration. We're going to try to help. And also for those players that aren't willing to gamble, it will allow them to get the ships as well. So that was kind of cool to hear that. They didn't specify how they're doing. It sounds like it's still a how they want to do it, how they best want to do it type thing.
All right, I'm going to jump in here real quick. All right, guys. So this episode is about the winter event. Granted, we're not done talking about this weekend STO yet, but I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. So this first event we're running is a competitive foot race. As you can see, there's other players here. You run down this path to a finish line. You'll see it when we get there. This is just one of the events in the Winter Wonderland that can get you a daily completion towards the big prize, which in this case is a Tier 6 ship. So we got 20 seconds here before the race starts. We'll run through that, and then we'll jump back into our talking points and wait for the next event.
And it's slippery.
It is slippery, so corners are hard.
This is a race on ice.
Yeah.
So if you have the ice boots, it's actually not a detriment to use them because you're already going to be sliding.
I don't have mine equipped right now. Join the race. A trick you can do is you can do the roll to go around corners because you'll stop wherever you roll. A lot of people do that. Or I've heard if you start the turn before you get to the turn, then you can whip around the corner that way too. I am not very good at that option, so I tend to do the front roll.
Someone did an emote?
I didn't see it.
Me neither.
Yeah, they're talking about something there.
But,
okay, he should be counting down for us any second now. Oh, we got, 20 seconds again. I see the counter now. Teach me to pay attention. So they also announced, in the past, they've done a Gamma recruit, a Delta recruit, and a Temporal Agent recruit. They announced a new one, possibly coming up with this next year's anniversary, which they're calling a Klingon recruitment.
Well,
we imagine that there will be...
They didn't specify that it was going to be the same as like a Delta recruit type or whatnot. They basically, there's going to be something along the line of a Klingon recruitment event. That could be as much as like the Delta Gamma recruits, or it could be something completely different. It could just be like, hey, we're gonna do some things to try to get people to create Klingon characters. So they didn't specify. There's a lot of, it was just some devs talking, and so there's a lot of questions on exactly what's going on. So, but it's coming with the anniversary event. They did say that it's going to be with the anniversary. As everyone can see here, I'm failing drastically.
Yay, I got first place. Yay for me. So when you get to the end here, you do have to get to one of these flags, and you have to interact with said flag. The first 3 places get you larger rewards, of course, and then the 4th place and beyond is just a finish flag, and you get a standard reward for that. There is a reward either way. You still get the daily completion on top of that, and that's probably the quickest event that you can run here in Q's Winter Wonderland. Okay, we're going to come back up here to the center hub and kind of wait for the next event. I need to equip my gear because for some reason I don't have my winter gear equipped. Go.
Where's my gauntlet?
Gun and gauntlet. Okay. All right. And then the big announcement that they talked about was the possibility of the red and blue wall being removed. Now, Grebog, I'm going to let you take the reins here again. You listened to that podcast. I did not. Shame on me. So
Well,
go ahead.
Okay, they did. There was a lot of speculation by the hosts. The devs did not deny things. So okay, the talk is they're going to do something that is going to at least drop part of the red and blue wall. Now, what that means is the Fed Klingon, the red and blue there. So they
Klingons
didn't.
can't team up with Feds. You can't friend each other. You can't be in a party together. Stuff like that. You can't join the same fleet.
They did. I'm pretty sure they did make specific things like you're going to be able to friend each other. You're going to be able to group up and do missions together. You can even group up and do TFOs. So I mean, there's that. Beyond that, it became a lot of speculation. Though the big speculation was that if I created a KDF tune, I could join my Federation fleet. They did not deny that, though when they first started talking about it, they're like, oh, it's bigger than you think. No, bigger than what you're thinking. It's way bigger. Which to me is hinting that, to me at the very least, KDF and Federation, because we're allies, are likely going to be able to fly each other's ships. And then I don't see them having a problem with having people cross fleets like what I was saying. They didn't, though, say yes or no to that. So it's speculation. I don't think they wanted to give too much away before they officially announce it.
That could be, and I mean, I wouldn't blame them for that either. So good news, though. It'd be fun. That way, you don't have to worry about certain traits and whatnot on your ships. You can simply fly whatever ship you like best, or whatever racial ships you like best, and still be able to have all the appropriate traits and whatnot for whatever build you're trying to do. So good news there.
Well, I think a big part of the argument on why, because before people were like, oh, well, one side has more powerful ships than the others, except the people have done the math. The ships that are the most powerful right now are the Romulan ships. So both sides already have access to them. So preventing them to have, like, Federation from flying KDF ships really isn't giving less or more power to anyone.
Okay, so real quick, jumping back into the winter event, I'm at the central hub. You can reach every area from here. We went up there for the competitive race, but right now we're going to do Klingon ice fishing, which takes place where the giant fish is, over this way. We're going to run over here. Yeah,
I'm already down at the pond. You'll need one of the Klingon fishing gauntlets. There's a lower quality one and a higher quality one. I don't know that it necessarily does anything. Maybe it might help you break through the ice faster.
I think it ups your rarity chance.
Okay.
But only a chance. You can still get, the simple white fish. Even with the epic glove.
I've been eaten.
I see that. So what you're doing here is you run around to these lighter colored patches of ice, and you're digging a hole, and then you're going to pull out a gummy fish. And there are, I think, 5 sizes: small, medium, large. Yeah, so 5 different sizes. And then you run over to this center bowl, I suppose, and toss it in.
Eaten.
Again?
Yep.
Lucky you. Once you toss it in the middle there, once you get enough, there will be a fight. And somebody else just got eaten. I have not been eaten yet. I keep getting large fish, though.
Oh, no.
3 in a row, Nick.
Okay, so one of these are going to... we're going to have a worm. There it is. And we fight this thing. And then you repeat. So you are on an iced lake, so there's a lot of slipping and sliding. If you don't have one of the snowball guns, which is what you see me and Grebog shooting right now, there are snowballs hidden in the woods. And I just got knocked back, so right here. And this will give you 20 snowballs by clicking on that. And then you can simply throw the snowballs at the giant gummy Cuskari. And each fish you turn in gets you one of the ornaments, which you can use to buy winter items with. And then defeating the big gummy will get you a few of the ornaments as well. But that's all there is to it. Once you've defeated the gummy once, you'll get your daily progress point. And you can keep going at that point to get more ornaments, or you can simply just say you're done. One of the items you can buy is boots, frosted boots. Anywhere else in game, the frosted boots make you slip and slide. But here on this frozen lake, they act more like ice skates. So you can run around, you can do different jumps, you can do a flip if I can get my character to actually do the flip. There we go. But the goal here is just to run around to the different ice packs and pull out gummy fish.
If you
And I got it.
if you run up to the bowl and toss the gummy fish, in some reason, I've seen my character turn a weird direction and toss the fish just on the ice. It still counts. Don't worry about it. It's just funny that sometimes it's like, oh hey, you just threw it onto the ice.
And Marvin just got eaten again. The fish are liking the short guy today.
I make good bait.
Well, I mean, in World of Warcraft, you were always good bait.
Ooh. That
Well-
might have been a little harsh there. I mean, you're not wrong, but
Well, no.
it'd be a little harsh.
Borngear and I had a trick back in the day. When I was running on my rogue, he would be the shadow priest that would play a bait, and I would be stealth nearby, and I'd kill
Oh.
anyone that tried to kill him.
I remember those days. Back
So,
when we all
you
played
know.
on a PvP server. And there it is again. Okay. So,
Something to note, you'll see how he spits out basically these clouds of snowflakes, it looks like, on the ground. Those are frost areas that if you are inside of them, it will freeze you. So you just need to kind of move away from them, or you'll chill out too much.
I keep pulling threat.
It's fine.
He doesn't like me very much.
The frost boots seem to stop working when the worm pops up.
When you go into combat, they do, yeah. You have to reactivate them after combat. But yeah, once you're in combat, they turn off. It's the same reason that the huge fish, you have to kind of fight the huge fish or wear it down before you can carry it off. That will turn off your boots as well.
So let's see. Did we cover everything about the red-blue wall?
I think we did. I think we got that. We're ready to talk about Mud's Day.
Mud's Day. 75% off the Mud Market. That's the big thing. All previous 3-packs are going to return, which you'll
They
be
are
able
back. I didn't put it down, but I think that ends Christmas Day.
to... Okay. 15 hours. So, it looks like a lot of this. Yeah, 15 hours on all of this. So if you've been looking for Mud's Market stuff, definitely now would be the time to buy it. I don't know. Mud's Market's so darn expensive. Let's see here.
There's some good ships up there, though. In particular, you can get the NX refit, and this would be an account unlock. That ship has both a very good trait that is considered meta, and a console that's actually pretty good too.
$73 roughly.
Yep. But compared to what it normally cost,
Yeah, that's nothing. Like normally it's $295, right?
yep.
So-
Yep, that is correct.
But
So
you
that's
can
quite a big
also,
discount.
yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here, like procured EMH bridge officer, Geordie LaForge. A lot of these are hollow versions. If you're looking for anything that's on the mud market, now would be the time to be buying it.
Run, 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 run.
So I don't know what all. As it knocks me so far away that I can't do anything.
Okay, so there's also a Christmas sale going on through Christmas Day, or I guess 15 hours, so tomorrow, Christmas Eve. That gives, if you buy $20 in Zen or $50 in Zen, it gives you an extra 20%. So if you're going to buy those ships, now would be a good time.
Yep. Get that extra Zen and all that.
There's also a junior officer and R&D weekend going on. This is for your duty officers. Let me get my boots back on here. There we go.
Yeah, the R&D essentially means like anytime you're doing anything to get R&D materials, there's going to be a bonus extra materials in it. If you are going to do anything like do any research of like we've showed it in the thing, you'll get more experience from the research. So if you don't have your research, R&D stuff maxed out, now it's the time to like make sure to have stuff queued up over the weekend because you'll get a lot more of. I think it says 50%, but I think technically what it means is instead of like the 7,000, you'll get like 12,000. Yeah. So it's worth doing, getting all that in there. Also the duty officer side of it, this all starts tomorrow, and you can, if you go and talk to your duty officer guy, any of the people that you go talk to pick up the recruitments for more duty officers, if you talk to them, you will be able to get a free purple quality duty officer. If you're Fed, it will be an exocomp. If you're KDF, it'll be a Riemann. So that's always nice. You're also like the accommodation experience, all the for the different projects and stuff. The different school here, it's easier just to show the duty officer overview. So all of these accommodation stuff, like diplomatic, science, engineering, military, and whatnot, all of these will get more experience awarded for any of the missions that would give them experience. So that way you can max them out if you don't have them all maxed out yet. So.
Oh, finally, I got eaten. That's the first time I've gotten eaten in this one. Giant, monstrous fish. Gummy fish. There you go.
Let's see. Anything else with the... duty officer packs. If you buy any of them off of the C-store, they will give you one additional duty officer, green quality or better. So, yeah. If you're debating buying some, trying to get some special duty officer, now might be the time to attempt it, because you have a better shot at getting, you get that extra one, and it could be what you want. And then, I think that's everything for that one. The Infinity promo packs, the next little... So talking about the gambling that we mentioned before for the various things, they're doing the Infinity promo pack. It's the research and development packs. It'll start tomorrow. Let's see. I didn't know if they had it featured yet. So essentially in the C-store, you'll see the R&D packs. There's going to be a sale on them at the start of it. It's going to go though until January 2nd. With this overlapping with the R&D pack or R&D event, it means all those R&D packs that you're buying, trying to get your ships and stuff like that, will have bonus stuff in it on top of the standard. Yeah, but during the event, you have a chance to get a special requisition choice pack, tier 6 ship choice, and you can get all kinds of crazy ships that you can't fly normally. The example is the most recent one added to that pack was the Inquiry class battle cruiser, which is the one that was in Picard.
Picard. It's Riker's ship at the end of Picard, season 1. Fun little ship.
There are other ships in there, like the Discovery Era Constitution. There's also a Discovery Area D7, well, for the KDF side. So, there's all kinds of cool ships, and from my understanding, the D7 is actually a really awesome ship for KDF, so... But...
It's a battle cruiser, if you like battle cruisers.
But you might be able just to wait till the anniversary, or whenever they put in the next big ship thing, if they give us one of these choice token things as a reward from an event. I don't know.
I'm really hoping the anniversary event has another free ship, a hybrid ship. Like last year, it was the Alliance battle cruiser, so I'm hoping for something like that.
Well, my guess, the anniversary will have an Alliance ship. Whether it will be, what ship it will be, I don't know.
We'll have to find out at the anniversary. I can still hope, though.
Knowing your luck, since you're hoping so much, it's going to be an Alliance carrier.
Probably. That seems to have been the theme for this year anyway. Bunch of carriers, at least. We got like 15 seconds to take this thing down. Come on, guys.
I keep getting knocked off the pond. Whenever it hits me, it's throwing me way further than it normally does.
We got this.
Yep, we got him. Man, we killed that thing. I didn't count, but it was like 6 times. That's the most I've ever seen a group take him down.
It shows over on the right, and it was 6 times.
Cheers. Okay, so I think that's it for our talking points. Now we got to go pick on Crampiri. Okay, so we went over the race, and we went over the Klingon ice fishing. Cramp Erie is the only event that gives you a teleport button. So it shows up on the right side of the screen here. Teleport to Cramp Erie. And if you're in a party, you will take your party with you.
Oh, it's going to be at the Cones of Conduct this time. Or not Cones, Tides of Ice.
Tides of Ice.
So this is the same location. Typically, Cramp Erie will pick one of the various locations. And... Actually, I forgot to set up the map. I was going to show everyone. I built a map for people to look at. I mean, you can look at the in-game map. Essentially, I took the in-game map, but here you can see it's circled here is the Tides of Ice.
Okay, so here's Crampiri. He just spawned in. He's a great big, I don't know, satyr or something. You can only hurt him with snowballs or the various guns that you can buy here in Q's Winter Wonderland. We'll show you those in a little bit. He will summon unhappy elves, and he throws these presents, which you can open to free gingerbread people and get more points. Although mine had an elf in it.
A naughty elf, probably.
Yep. There's some gingerbread people over here, though. Somebody rescued some gingerbread. So this is basically just a world boss fight if you're used to world bosses in other games. Not particularly hard, and like everything else in the Wonderland, if you get your health depleted, you do not die. you simply get frozen in place for a few seconds. I'm going to open this present. Grebog got that one. Okay. So he's defeated. So he turns into this little snowstorm and flies off, and you have to chase him down and do it all over again. I believe, does defeating him once give you a daily credit? Or do you have to play the whole event? I don't remember.
I don't know. I would say you probably need to do the whole event to be safe. Doesn't take that long. It's 5 minutes from start to end, so you know.
Present. Ooh, somebody got
I'm in a basket.
Yep, you got thrown in a bag. Krampus got you, you naughty little child.
He does not like me. I'm in a basket again.
He is beating you down, dude. That's okay. If he takes you out, I'm just going to show everybody how you get frozen.
He really doesn't like me. Maybe it's because I'm short. Oh, there, I'm frozen.
Okay. So there you go. When your life gets depleted, you get frozen in place like poor little Marvin there. You'll stay that way for a few seconds, and then you unfreeze, and you can rejoin the fight. Welcome back, Marvin.
Thanks. We're not doing so great this time.
We're not. We took him down really fast the first time, though. So the various guns you're seeing here, I have a rifle version of a snowball gun. Marvin there is carrying dual pistols, and wherever Grebog went to,
I'm hiding. I'm in a snowbank.
Oh, actually, Grebog right now is also using dual pistols. That's not your typical weapon. What happened to your caramel gun?
I use that for the Tides of Ice.
Gotcha.
Because it slows them on top of just, you know. And as always, he will run from one spot to another. He seems to stick to one of the event areas. So, like, this is, like I said, like the Tides of Ice. So he is staying in this area and is just running around from different spots in the area. Yeah. So if he was in the gingerbread village, he would just run around in that village area the entire time. When he picks the competitive foot race, that one's a pain. Because he
runs through the starting area.
He'll run from the start area of the foot race to the finish area, but he does it by running all the way the long way around.
You'll notice here in Winter Wonderland, despite the fact that you are doing fights, the greater majority of your ground abilities and your ground equipment are unusable. That's because you're supposed to go to the vendor and actually buy the winter items. That includes the guns, but there are other items as well. For example, this shaved ice gateway is something that I bought that can help you in these various events. It basically is a 4-minute cooldown on a gateway that will open and repeatedly blast various targets. Okay, so
next is snowball fight.
Yeah, I see that, and then Tides of Ice.
So snowball fight takes up pretty much the main core area. As you've been running around, you probably have seen snowmen here and there. And when the snowball fight starts, they all come to life. And you have to defeat 100 of them. Once you do, a giant snowman will come up and you have to, like, here we go. We'll stand here and wait for this group of snowmen to activate. But once you defeat 100 snowmen, you will be able to fight the big snowman. And yeah, this one typically doesn't take long for everyone to get the 100 and then beat the boss. So while there is, I think they give us 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that to do the whole thing, and it takes like 3. So if you see the snowball fight is probably been going for a while, there's a good chance you probably already missed it.
So as soon as this is done, we have a large gap before Tides of Ice. So let's run over and do the Q when the fight here with the snowmen's done.
Do the Q.
Yeah, no pun intended. I mean, queue up for the TFO or whatever.
Okay.
The thing over there by Q that you queue up for.
You can also queue up for it in the TFO list. So I can't remember if it requires a specific weapon type, or if it just uses the ones from the event.
Looks like there is a group. Jill Valentine. Huh. It looks like there's a group being set up for Tides of Ice. That should make that fun. Well, hi, Marvin. You're not short anymore.
You puny.
The dog following me is part of one of the events, one of the purchases you can get. So if you were looking for some of that stuff, you know, you can get a doggy.
Yay! Yep, and we're Starfleet, so our dogs have the Starfleet symbol on his barrel. If you're the Klingon faction, then it will have the Klingon marker. And the other races, Romulan or Dominion, kind of depends on your faction.
Oh, here was some of the speculation I had with the whole red and blue wall. Besides, if they don't let's say, a KDF character join a Federation fleet and stuff like that, what I think they might do would be, when you create a new KDF character or Federation, whichever side, you'll be able to choose the liaison type. Maybe that's what the recruitment type is. It's like, oh, you're a alliance recruit or something like that. And then once you complete the tutorial, you can pick your faction, so to speak, at the end of it and join the other side.
Huh. The snowmen have Starfleet symbols on them. I didn't realize that before. That's because these aren't Snowborg or Snorg or whatever they're being called these days.
Even the ones with batleths have Starfleet symbols?
The one that just came after me did. Now, I just killed a couple that don't have anything, though, so maybe it's random.
They will keep popping up, the snowmen, so you can easily keep finding more and more. There are certain areas that will just have swarms of them, so, you know. And once, like you can see here in the snowball fight, animated snowman defeated. We are at 86 of 100, and that just will keep going up until we take out 100 of them.
Yep, I'm trying to go back over where we started.
there is sometimes if you are near this one spot, all the way in the back, there will be like a whole massive swarm of snowmen. Let me see if it's...
Yeah. We're
Oh.
done.
So now you
So
need to get to the
guys-
pond. If I can run straight. Darn ice.
Oh, he's going down fast.
Yeah. This is why I said, you know, I'm like, no, if you... So we had 15 minutes to do this whole thing. 12 minutes are still remaining, and we're done. And this is not one that you can keep going and going and going. It's you defeat the final boss and you're done.
Yeah, they should probably turn that timer down. Because now we got 12 minutes of nothing to do. Which is actually going to take us up to our normal quitting time. I would like to continue through to Tides of Ice. So if you guys don't mind sticking around a little bit later than normal.
Which means because of that, we're not going to get to do the cones of conduct. I'm going to run back there and show them what that's all about.
Isn't the winter evasion queue very similar to that?
A little bit.
Well, let's queue up for that.
It's got a similar village, but it's not quite the same. So to get back to the cones of conduct, it's in the gingerbread village, which this way. So I'm running. And back here there will be candy on the ground that you have to melt and then put the syrup into the dispensary thing in the middle. One side takes syrup and one side will take ice shavings. The doorways, some of them will have ice on them, or you can see the ice is already here. Same with the candy on the ground. So
these are interacts. So you'll go up to the candy and you'll interact, and it will do a short animation that shows you like shooting the candy with a phaser. It will give you an item in your inventory. You'll run the candy over to this side that says the syrupometer and put it in there. And then the ice, like he said, you can get the ice shavings from an interact with the doorways. Or sometimes the snowmen that you'll be fighting will drop ice shards.
yeah.
And you run that to the other side of the house over here. And then eventually a big boss will show up called the Snow Overlord. And you will make a Snowconian. That's what you're putting the items in those two barrels for, to create your Snowconian, which appears right here. It's basically a giant snow cone with a giant spoon as a weapon. And your Snowconian will go take on the Overlord.
Now
you can...
I was like, you keep while he's fighting, keep putting more shavings in and more syrup in. It will heal the Snowconian. Attacking the big boss you'll do next to no damage, no matter what you use to attack it with. You can attack the peons and take out the peons, but you can't really do any damage to the big boss. It's all about keeping the Snowconian filled up and healthy.
Taking out the peons does drop shaved ice to feed the Snowconian with, though.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of taking out the peons. Plus, it takes off some of the damage that would be going on your Snowconian boss guy.
Hey, guys, will you switch instances and come to me? They're building a Tides of Ice team, and they're going to appear on instance number 2.
Yep, be right there.
Instance 2?
Yep, this works much better with the team, so... Unless it's already full. I jumped over here, but it might already be full.
I thought we made it. I thought we were already in instance 2.
Apparently we were not.
I did not know it would put you up here if you transferred maps.
Yeah, it puts you inside the building. Marvin, you coming?
Trying to. Hold on a second.
Born gear.
Thought we were already on 2.
I'm here.
Okay, good. We all made it. Okay, so we can head over to Tides to Ice. That TFO, how long does that take, Grebog? Can we do it in about 10 minutes?
I
Well, 8
don't
minutes.
know, and I don't know that we would be put back into 2 if when we got done.
Oh, that's true. All right, we'll just wait it out. So there is a TFO. It's very similar to what we described. You're going to go to a gingerbread village, and you're going to save them from invading snowmen. There's no real trick to it that I remember, although to be fair, I've only ran it once this year.
There is something else we haven't mentioned, and I will do that while we are waiting. It is the fastest game on ice. It is a quest mission that you pick up here from the Bring race coordinator. This will count for your daily event if you need it. Whenever like we're waiting on the snowball fight, like after I've logged in sometimes right after snowball fight's been finished and it's got like 10 minutes going, I'll just do this for my daily because it doesn't take that long. Then you come down to the Breen guy where it says he's under the sign the fastest game on ice. Signal him to start it, and he will give you an opponent, and you race him. Now, or well, them. Sometimes it's a Breen, sometimes it's just a random. I've had spider-like creatures, I've had targs, I've had you name it. This kind of goes along with the other race, where you can kind of turn. However you can get going around this track best is up to you. You have to stay on the track. If you go off the track, you will fail. And you just have to beat your person without going off the track. And that's why you see me doing rolls sometimes is I have too much momentum going and I don't want to slide off the track. It's one of the great ways. There's some hairpins on this, and that's a great way to kind of cheat the hairpin, because you can run full throttle at the hairpin and then just roll forward to stop the momentum. Like here's a good hairpin to do that. But you can use like this, like while running sideways and stuff like that. Like you see me, it does. I'm rolling more than I normally.
I've never actually ran this. This track is way worse than the other one.
Why am I not moving? Okay, come on. Normally, I've done in past. Sometimes, if you do this enough, you get some decent practice. You can cut this last corner short, like I just ran over that hill, and then just you have to get underneath the bridge. You can just run straight as long as you get under the bridge, the finished bridge, you win, and that's all there is to it. It's not too terrible, and if you actually do pretty well, you can actually, if someone is going right before you, you might be able to beat even the person in front of you's opponent. Why? There we go. I am lagging. In game, bitrate seems okay. That's good.
You roboted out for just a second, but you're good now. Okay, so I am back to my. I did that race as a ghost. I am back to my normal person. Okay, so real quick before Tides of Ice starts here, this little Ferengi right here in the red outfit is your holiday vendor. This is where you can buy any of the items that we just talked about. So as you open up the buyouts and miscellaneous, your frosted boots are right here, unmelting snowballs, Q's throne replica, which is a new item. It's a little toy you can pop up. You can trade in if you have a bunch of the broken ornaments. You trade them in here, which I'm doing right now. Costumes, if you like playing Space Barbie, you can come in here and buy all kinds of Christmas sweaters and jackets and coats and scarves and hats. So that's all in there. Your ground equipment, this is where this is equipment that's useful outside of here. So you have a bunch of nanopulse weapons, which are kind of like lightsabers if you're a Star Wars fan. You have kit modules for your captain and training modules for your bridge officers. And these are kind of unique abilities. It's all ground-based, I believe. Yeah. So that's where you can get some usable ground equipment outside of here. Space equipment, same thing. These are the items that are usable outside of here. There's a nice vanity shield, training manuals for your bridge officers. Vanity pets are just that. These are like the little dog I have out. These are the guys that follow you around. And then Wonderland gear are your items usable here in the Wonderland. So that includes your Klingon fishing gauntlet and all the various weapons and devices. So you can get all that stuff in here. I wanted to show you that before we ended. So now I'm going to run over to Tides of Ice.
Now, something to note, if you're in a fleet, there is normally a special project that your fleet can queue up, and it's a limited time winter event project, and it puts a hologram in your starbase for, typically it is of the ship that was the free ship for the event. So like this time it'll be the Fekleri Goktad carrier, and it will hover in the middle of your starbase. And it takes all of the incense and all that stuff that you have from the other, like you collect from all the events.
We need to go out to the bridges. They'll have us set up on the bridges farthest from the base there. We need 4 or 5 people per bridge, so find one that isn't fully staffed. Here, we can probably all come to the rightmost bridge here.
Boy, they're really planning this one out. Whenever I've done this, it's been chaos.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people up here on these bridges. But that's the best way to do it, is to get a group. Oh, there's a guy sitting up there on the ridge. Okay, so they have more on this bridge than I thought. I'll head over this way. This bridge has 3. This bridge has 2, 3.
Well, this one had too many people. You guys ran away, and now it didn't have enough, so I stayed.
Are off. So this one has
3 over here.
All right, I'm going to stick... I'll still look on the red cube. I'll stay here and help.
Black Diamond.
Interestingly enough, it just told me my friend Nikodas has just logged off.
I am still in game. And people are not frozen. Like, I can still see Marvin, so...
It did show me that you'd logged off, though.
That's bizarre.
Make sure to join battle.
These little towers next to you with the orbs on top will also fire at the snowman. So that's another device there. If those get damaged, you can reset them. But really, if there's enough people on these bridges, that shouldn't happen. You should be able to take down the various snowmen fast enough. We will see how this works. Oh, my helpers left. Oh, they're building devices. Okay. Gotcha.
2 turrets and a mortar. 2 mortars over here. Q takes his snowball fight seriously.
He does indeed. All right, here they come.
So for those seeing me on my screen, I have a backpack on now. This is the Caramel Launcher. It slows down enemies on top of doing massive damage. It in the big shot does an AoE damage.
And these are basically Snowborg, or Snorg, as some people call them.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube and Gold Sphere lanes.
What?
And once you get to 10 waves, each wave lasts between 15 and 20 seconds. Once you get to 10, the Snowborg Queen will show up, and defeating her ends the event.
Wow. When people take a snowball fight super serious.
Why? What happened?
Nothing. It just seems silly. I've never done it where they've done this much planning.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge.
Actually, this is the second time I've done it this way, and it tends to work really well. But it really does require 4 or 5 people per bridge to really pull off.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
Well, my lane is getting nothing. They like spawn and die.
Same
Well,
here.
that's the way we want it.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
All lanes clear. Wow.
I'm just essentially doing my mega shot from the caramel launcher, the caramel explosion, and they die before. Yeah.
We had almost 10 seconds of downtime there for wave 3. That was good. Oh, this is a longer one. This one was 40 seconds.
Blue Lozenge lanes.
So I might have been a little wrong on the time there.
Snowmen are coming down Gold Sphere and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Apparently, you can shoot through the wall of ice. Someone is standing right behind the wall of ice and shooting.
Nice,
Snowmen are
I
coming down
guess.
Crimson Cube lane.
I don't know why he's announcing different lanes when they're still showing up in our lane too, even when he's not announcing it.
Yeah, I never really figured that out either. The announcer's just weird. I basically just assume that they're going to come down every lane all the time,
All the lanes.
because that really seems to be more of the way that it goes. I don't know. Oh, we had some flyers this time.
Crimson Cube lane.
Flyers? What?
Yeah, I had some flyers in mine. Oh, and my computer just announced that I have work in an hour, which is not true, but whatever.
Hey, you have work in an hour.
Normally, until, my boss changed my schedule, which is the whole reason we're doing this on Wednesday instead of Monday.
You sound a little bitter.
All lanes clear.
I liked my other schedule better, so maybe. Although, I understand the reasoning for it. Hey, that snowman's not dying.
Weird.
There we go.
It showed my, you know how the map, like the lanes, it showed that they have gotten through our barrier in Blue Lozenge, and that's not true. The wall is still up.
It doesn't show that
it's-
on my screen.
Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue
Yeah,
Lozenge
like Gold
lanes.
Sphere, the barrier just went down. Crimson Cube, it just went down. I think it's because they got close. Like, if they get close, it'll show it going down, but they're really not. I think all of us are holding them off pretty well.
Defend the fortress.
They're not leaving their spawn area over here in Black Diamond.
Yeah, it's the same here.
They're barely doing much of anything.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
All lanes clear.
Wave 5 done. Oh, we just had one like completely rush our bridge.
Oh,
that
that's
was weird.
okay. Once we get so far, they start spawning further down at times.
Oh yeah, there's some behind us.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Really?
Yes. we have another group. It's only on the two sides, typically. So Blue Lozenge and Black Diamond.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
So you need
Oh,
an
I see what
extra
you're talking about.
set of people on those two to defend the side points. But it looks like we have people there, so I'm not going to bother moving from my spot.
Somebody abandoned the bridge over by Marvin. Like, you guys don't have anybody on your forward bridge anymore.
Oh, whoops. I think we all fell back to get the people behind us. There's a guy. There are two people in their spawn point, though. They're
Gotcha.
not getting to the bridge because the people are in the spawn point instead of the bridge.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube and Blue Lozenge lanes.
The cone blast from these pistols just takes them all out.
Yeah, the pistols are fun. I don't know. I have not been able to find out any data on if your traits affect the damage with the various snow weapons. But my character is decked out for rifle use. So I was using the dual pistols for a while, and then I was like, well, all my traits are for rifles, so I switched over to this. I haven't really noticed a significant difference, but it's hard to say. Oh, Marvin, you're almost dead. You guys need help?
We had a pretty big push there for a second, but we're good.
Snowmen are coming down Blue Lozenge lane.
We took care of them. I had to go back up by the bridge because the side group was doing fine, but
All lanes clear.
we were
Defend the
getting
fortress.
spammed up at the bridge.
So it looks like I was wrong on the timer. I said each one was between 15 and 20 seconds. It's closer to a minute for each wave. Like 45 seconds, I guess.
Snowmen are coming down
I think the
Crimson Cube,
first
Gold Square.
couple waves are fairly short.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
It's once you get past like wave 4, it goes up, or it seems to.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
Snowmen are coming down Blue Lozenge lane.
This is wave 9. Wave 10 includes the Snow Queen, or Snorg Queen. So we will have to fall back at that point. She spawns back at the tower behind us. Our little ice wall never came down. How about your guys's?
All lanes clear.
Is it still
Defend the
intact?
fortress.
Awesome.
I was like, ice walls are here, so
Okay. She's going to be showing up. Fall back. And there she is.
Oh my goodness.
All lanes clear. Defend the fortress.
And there she goes.
That was really fast. She just
and
melted.
they got everyone an accolade if you participated for that.
Not
Yep.
a single snowman escaped.
1,246, counting the Snorg Queen.
And we're dancing.
All right, guys. So we ran a little bit over there, but I wanted to get as many of the events in as we could. Going forward, we are planning to do this with every event they come up with. So the next time they do a TFO event or another holiday event, or the anniversary event, we will attempt to help you guys out by showing you what needs to be done. So look forward to those shows. Next week, barring any new event, but I think the I think our holiday event is still going on next week, so there shouldn't be anything new. So next week we are going to be talking about some of the guest stars in STO. These are the real life actors who have reprised roles from various Star Trek shows, or in some cases, people they have brought in specifically for STO. But we're going to be talking about guest stars. This is our second time, so it's guest stars part 2.
Part 2. Oh, wait.
Part 2.
And apparently it said I unlocked new things. I got a message that said, since I did Tides of Ice 10 times, you have unlocked several Winter Store items for my account. And I don't know what those are. I don't know what they are or what exactly that means.
It said for the account, too.
Yeah.
Not just for your character, so that's interesting.
I have winter items for a bargain.
So maybe there's some of the Winter Store items that you have to complete events so many times to unlock.
Maybe?
I'm going to have to look that up and see. I'm not noticing anything new right off the top.
Yeah, nothing surprising me. I would figure it would be either Wonderland gear or costumes. But I don't know.
I'll have to look that up and see what that means. That's a little unusual.
But anyway, well, if we figure it out, maybe we'll let them know next time, because it's going to take too long probably to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's a little weird, though. Nevertheless, guys, so thank you for sticking with us. Like I said, I know we ran over time a little bit. As always, I will leave you with my normal goodbye message. See you out there.
Live long and prosper.
Thanks for joining us, Born Gear.
Thanks for having me. Later.